On August 9, 1990, in Dickinson, Texas, an 8-year-old girl named Jennifer Schuett experienced a traumatic ordeal later known as the Jennifer Schuett case. Jennifer, who lived in a modest apartment with her single mother, was kidnapped, assaulted, and came dangerously close to losing her life. Let's have a look at the case of Jennifer Schuett. That fateful night, Jennifer's mother had instructed her to spend the night in her own room. However, when dawn broke, Jennifer was missing. The authorities immediately noticed that the window in her bedroom was open, leading them to realize that this was not a typical runaway case. Later on that day, the body of Jennifer was found in a field by some children who were playing nearby at the time. She had been subjected to a severe beating, had her throat cut, and then been abandoned for dead. Jennifer was able to survive despite suffering severe injuries, but she was rendered speechless as a result of her ordeal. As a result of the horrible murder, the residents of the sleepy little town of Dickinson were left in a state of disbelief and panic as the police began their investigation. Due to Jennifer's inability to communicate, she emerged as the most important witness in her own defense. She used a notebook and pencils to communicate with investigators, and the information she shared with them was critical in identifying the person responsible for the kidnapping. She detailed how a man who pretended to be a police officer and who attempted to win her trust took her hostage and took her away. However, Jennifer's gut instinct told her that something was wrong, so she pretended to be dead to keep herself safe. Due to the fact that Jennifer's assailant had evaded detection for the past 19 years, the inquiry was met with a number of obstacles. The investigation was closed and hope started to dwindle. The investigation was then taken over by Detective Tim Cromie, who vowed to Jennifer that he would do everything in his power to uncover the truth about what had happened. The FBI used cutting-edge DNA technology to investigate clothing that was discovered at the crime scene, with Jennifer's assistance. According to the findings, the investigation led to the identification of the offender as Dennis Earl Bradford. Dennis Bradford, a man who had a history of kidnapping and abuse, had only recently been let out of prison for a separate crime that he had committed. Jennifer's accurate recollection of his name as well as other details were extremely helpful in determining that he was the person responsible for the crime. Jennifer's long and difficult trip came to an end when the police got a warrant and arrested Dennis, which provided her with a sense of relief. Because of the horrific suicide that Dennis committed in his jail cell as the preparations for the trial were getting underway, Jennifer will not be able to confront him in court. Jennifer, adamant that her voice be heard, went to the cemetery where he was buried and read her victim impact statement, in which she detailed the negative effects of his acts on her life. The story of Jennifer Schuett serves as a monument to the strength of the human spirit as well as the efficacy of the legal system. The bravery and determination that Jennifer showed in order to solve her own case, despite the obstacles that she encountered, was an inspiration to both the community and the law enforcement officers. This case also highlighted the significance of advances in DNA technology in solving cold cases and providing victims and their families with some measure of closure. Jennifer went through unspeakable horrors, but because of her resilience and strength, she has become an inspiration to people who have been through similar atrocities because of the fact that she survived them. Her narrative serves as a powerful reminder of the resilience of the human spirit and the significance of standing up for what is right. The case of Jennifer Schuett is often cited as an example of the importance of DNA evidence in solving cold cases and bringing justice to victims. Jennifer herself has become an advocate for survivors of sexual assault and has spoken publicly about her experience and the importance of supporting victims. What do you think of the video? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like and hit that subscribe button before you go. Thanks for where you go.